Hello, it's Polish Paul VR, welcome to my channel and it's time to do another awesome episode of PSVR SuperShow. Let's do it, and as always, we're gonna start from Bullshit Watch. What's happening this week is that there was some rumors regarding Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, and the rumors been saying that SKYDANCE laid off all the staff and the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners won't happen at all. And that was only rumors, that was only bullshit, that's why it's in the Bullshit Watch section, because Walking Dead Saints and Sinners still happening, nothing was delayed, it's still on course to release in the Q1, which we know it's ending in March. The developers in past said it's gonna be closer to spring, so you can expect this game at the end of March. Don't believe what you read, the game is still happening. But anyway, on to the new games announcements that we've had past week, and the first one is VARK. This is actually not as much as a game as virtual reality experience. It's gonna be totally for free to download, but you're gonna have to pay for some stuff, and the stuff you're gonna pay for is to go and see performances of your favorite VR YouTubers, VTubers as they called. This is people who using avatars and then performing for everyone. You probably heard and saw some on YouTube, maybe, I don't know, very popular in Japan, not so popular in Europe and US, but this application coming to Europe and US, and apparently you can go to the stage like sat you know, as an audience and listen to whatever VTuber singing, playing, talking about, I don't know. But to see it, you're gonna have to pay. Will it be popular or not? I don't know. But anyway, another announcement was cooked out, and this is coming from Resolution Games, same people who did Angry Birds, but also they did this Acorn Attack of Squirrels game, which never come to PlayStation VR, and I think it wasn't that popular on PC anyway. This is another game, no footage of it existing yet, but we know it's coming because they published the website and it looks like it's a cooking game. Now, on to the next part of the show, which is the latest releases that we lately played on PlayStation VR. First one was Space Channel 5 VR. I reviewed this game and, you know, I've had a bit of fun. But what I didn't have a good time with is the actual time, because the game was super short. I think story mode was only like under 40 minutes, which is just super too short. And also the game is $40, so very expensive. Also the dancing mechanics, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. But anyway, I know this game is a fun service for the fans of the series. Plus it lets you teleport yourself to this Dreamcast world. If you play the game in past, then you're probably gonna be loving it, but my advice is, as of now, maybe wait for sale. Also, the developers announced that there will be DLC and they're gonna add Hatsune Miku. If you played Hatsune Miku VR game, I never played it, I don't care. But what's gonna be, you're gonna be able to dance with her, wow! So that was Space Channel 5 VR, very anticipated game and kind of very disappointing, at least for me. But feel free to let me know in comment section what you think. Another release that was super surprising was FREEDIVER TRITON Down. Sadly, I didn't have time to play it. I said I'm gonna do review, but I was waiting and waiting for key, never happened. The developer said, oh yeah, we sending it, and I didn't got the key. And now, sadly, it's too late for me to play it. I'm moving on to next week games. Separation is what I'm playing at the moment. But nevertheless, what I heard of FREEDIVER is that it's quite good and very interesting. Not on the longest side, but also not too expensive, $15, and you go like underwater because the ship drowned and you're like, oh shit, okay, survive, and that's what you're doing, some stuff down there. So that was the two releases this week, but what we going to play next week? And on 3rd of March we're gonna get Separation. I'm going through it as of now, playing through it. Cannot say too much due to embargo, but this is a game inspired by Ico. Of course, Ico, very popular series. Ico, by the way, in VR would be pretty sweet, but of course we probably never gonna get it. But Separation, you know, you're going on this journey, it's all like a nice ambient world, very nice sights to see, very interesting stuff happening. So that's that. I'm gonna have the review on the release day once the embargo lifts. Okay, but that's not everything, because next week also we get in some other games. And I just spoke about FREEDIVER, just let me touch about it again. What's happened is they wanted this surprise release and the game released in US, but sadly in Europe it's never happened. Something caused the delay, we don't know what, but we have to wait. Now, the developers said the delay shouldn't be longer than a week, so you should get FREEDIVER TRITON down next week. And also next week, anytime from now on, we might get this Honor and Duty D-Day PlayStation 4 Pro patch. So what the developers are doing is basically taking the game, giving it nice pro treatment. You're gonna get more textures now, everything gonna be nicely textured, but also better aliasing. And while they was at it, they actually managed to texture some stuff on the original PlayStation 4, so the game gonna look better. But anyway, we're gonna come back to it in a minute, to Honor and Duty D-Day. And also next week on 6th of March we get in a physical release, and this game will be Carly and the Reaperman. This is for all of you platformer fans. You can play it by yourself, but also it's super fun when you play with somebody. One person is not in VR, you in VR. Sometimes you can see things what other person cannot see. So it's all about communication, and it makes for some hilariously fun moments. So if you into this couch co-op gameplay, you might like Carly and the Reaperman. Okay, next part of the show is the wrap-up, which is basically me looking at the biggest news stories past last week. Now, it was slow week for news, not that much happened really. We are in this stage now in PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR lifespan when everything comes to an end. The generation are ending, the developers shift their focus now to PlayStation 5. But nevertheless, we've had bits and bobs of info, and we've had release date for The Room Dark Matter, and this will be coming out on 26th of March, based on a mobile series which was popular, and now they putting it into virtual reality. You working in a museum of archaeology back in London, somewhere back in time, but somebody dies, some shit goes down, and you're going to explore and find out what's happened. Okay, and another news we've had is bit of info about Final Assault. Now, this game is very anticipated, and it's probably because we don't have that many RTS strategy games on PSVR. Thinking about it, if you like go back in time, Corix is probably the only one proper RTS, but Final Assault promises to change that, but sadly it's not nowhere to be seen yet. So the developer said the game is currently in the certification process with Sony. Then they're gonna have to work out few bits and bobs, do a beta for PSVR owners to make sure everything looks smoothly on PSVR. Also they're gonna have to do their store pages, and then they said they're gonna have a look and see when they can release, what other releases are around their release window, and then you finally shall see it. And another bit of news, COVERT, the game that meant to release and didn't release last month, it got delayed, and it will be with you on 10th of March, which is not that long. This is port from Oculus Go, so don't expect very good graphics or anything, but this is another of those games when you can play in couch co-op. Okay, and now next part of the show, and this is the part what I was surprised that you liked it, and I'm glad you did, because it gives me the chance to revisit some older games. This is GAMIVERSARY, and we're gonna start from Dying Reborn, released on 27th of February 2017. Very long time ago. Now, Dying Reborn is not so good game. Very confusing as well, because there is flat version which is bigger, and VR version, even though it's got same name, it's got much less content, so it's not on the longest side. Also, you've got this forced click turning, and the movement is very small, it's very slow, but maybe if you like escape room games, then maybe you're gonna like Dying Reborn.
Roger, go ahead. Roger, our guidance recommendation is pings, and you're cleared for takeoff.
And on 1st of March 2017, we've had Apollo 11 VR. Now this is released first in Europe, and then after a long time it's come to US. To me, this is still the best offering from the virtual immersive education, whatever they bring. After that, it's always been worse. It's one of those companies what's making good game and then it progressively gets worse. So after that we've had Titanic, which I didn't enjoy at all, especially on PSVR. But also lately we've had Space Shuttle Commander, which was terrible. But saying that, Apollo 11 VR is definitely a very decent experience. Kind of feels a bit outdated now, but still you've got this nice space-time to see. You can choose to have it interactive, so you can control some stuff, but also you can just have it as cinematic, so you can see through it and just sit, relax and watch what's happening. And that's gonna take about an hour. You can go to the moon, have a moonwalk, which teleportation only sadly, but nevertheless very nice little game. It's had on PC HD remake, so everything looks way better than on PSVR. I hope HD version eventually will come to PSVR, maybe when PS5 releases, I don't know, but I definitely enjoyed Apollo 11 VR.
But only a 50-50 chance of making a successful landing on the first attempt. There's so many unknowns in that descending.
Oh, hi. You're new, aren't you? You have this newbie's face. Don't worry, Einstein also had it on his first day. I'm Flippy, and I want to invent the future with you. As my father used to say, a difficult thing needs time. An impossible thing just needs more time.
And on 26th of February 2018, we've had Flippy's Tesla, and that's released episodically. So they released first episode, only cheap, like few quid, and then it's been like half hour and you could play through it. And they released full game, which basically added second episode for like 15 quid, and the game took hours. So very strange release. I remember reviewing it and one of their social media managers, I don't know, somebody been like coming to me saying, yes, do you want to speak to me about it, to somebody, about your review? Because I wasn't the fan back then, and definitely after revising it, I'm not even more the fan now. Because it's not that great experience, the animations I really don't like, also teleportation only. It's a game for kids as well, so none of adults probably will enjoy it, and all in all, not just very interesting experience.
Meet Ziggy, the school mascot. He's a Perulican, a unique species. I think he's trying to tell us something.
Oh, much better. I need help from both of you. Something terrible happened. Come on.
Behold, the video arcade. The original coin-op killing floor where gaming gods were born. That's me in the middle, whipping ass. It was here I became legend, my dominance absolute. I eviscerated opponents quarter after quarter, token after token, until I stood on gaming's mountaintop, alone. One night, an opportunity arrived. A virtual reality gateway that would change my life forever. Did I steal it? No, I earned it. It was my destiny. I strapped in and crossed over, blasting into the unrendered abyss. I started building polygon by polygon, my neon virtual reality kingdom in the clouds. It is here I ascended to my infinite throne, my seat amongst the immortals as Grandmaster Alwyn, Virtual Space Lord! You're in my universe now, Blaster. Prepare to get your ass whipped.
And on 27th of February 2018, we've had something really good. Blasters of the Universe, published by Archiact, the same people that just released FREEDIVER and of course Waddle Home in past, maybe, and Evasion. They got quite few games released on PSVR now. This is one of them. So what is Blasters of the Universe? Basically it's a VR bullet hell, and this game is so fun. Now, graphically it looks okay, voice acting very questionable, but gameplay-wise is tight as fuck. I enjoy this game so much, so many different weapons combinations, you've got all those enemies flying at you, the game getting very difficult later on, especially if you like up the difficulty level as well. Not many stages, I can't remember now, 4 or 5, but nevertheless super fun game. And like I said, very entertaining and very addictive. So if you never had chance to play it, if it's cheap enough, if it's on sale, I don't know, then pick it up, you definitely won't be disappointed.
Hey, spoiler alert! A giant robot is about to burst out of the ground and whip your ass!
And also on 27th of February 2018 we've had Hex Tunnel. This is one of those games which is price of coffee game. As you can see, it's not looking much, and there's something about it though that I sometimes like to fire it up. I think it's the soundtrack and those head controls, it's like very relaxing experience, but definitely don't expect any fireworks. The game is mega blurry for what you get, the graphics are not that good anyway, just random objects moving around, not even to a proper pattern. And also, you know, it's something what maybe should be even cheaper, I have no idea. But what I know, I like sometimes to go back to Hex Tunnel, and if you like your platinum trophies, this is like easiest 1/2 hour and you're gonna get it. But if you want to chill out and you got some spare change, maybe you're gonna like this, I don't know.
Quill felt a swell of pride as she approached the cavern river. Its guiding banks once led her people to safety after the Cinder Night. Now, all these years later, she would follow it back.
And also on 27th of February 2018, one of the best PlayStation VR games released, Moss. Now, this little mouse took us all by surprise. We knew it's gonna be good, we played the demo before release, but when the full game dropped, it was just breathtaking. Super fun game, shame it's so short, but after the release they added this Twilight Garden DLC, which added in about 45 minutes, so you can play this game and have like nearly 3.5 hours maybe to go through all the story with this new DLC, but nevertheless, Moss is super awesome and it's definitely worth experiences. To me, it's one of those must-have games in the PlayStation VR catalog. Graphically, it looks beautiful, gameplay is super fun as well, very nice, heartwarming story, and I'm hoping that soon they're gonna announce book 2 or something new. I don't know what the studio working on, but you know, they've been doing something. They not just released Moss and then like said, okay, time to stop working. They just done ports to PC and then to Quest, they done Twilight Garden, so they must just working on book 2 now, aren't they? I hope so, that would be nice, so I cannot wait for another announcement because I would like to play more of this game. And I can't believe it was like now 2 years, mad. Now, on 25th of February 2019, we've had one of the worst PlayStation VR releases. This is Miniwood VR. I never reviewed it. I've had a code for it in my emails for like a year, so I was thinking, I might actually fire it up for PSVR SuperShow to capture some footage. And when I started playing this, I was like, holy shit, what is this? Basically, it's like, I don't even know how to describe. It's like a game done by random assets put in the random places. You can have like a mini game, what's kind of like Pac-Man. I don't understand what it's supposed to be. My best guess is it was something for the developer to actually learn how to make games. And this was like a project that got released only in Europe. It's just so bad. But anyway, that's Miniwood VR for you.
Senpai, are you in there? Hello? Hello?
Now, on 26th of February 2019, we've had Fate Grand Order VR experience. Now, this is for totally free. I never played Fate Grand Order games. It just sits you in this room and some chick walks in, calls you senpai for some reason, gets changes, go dancing, and then in other parts of experience, you sitting on bed, some lass strolling with a nightie on calls you master, and I don't understand what's going on. Like, you go to have something to eat and you can swing on the swings. A lot of like, little experiences, the dragon fights, that's quite enjoyable. But nevertheless, it's for free and it's not too bad if you just got some spare time. So if you never had chance to play it, go to the store, download it, don't have to pay anything, might as well try it.
Sheathed in the planet's breath, the torrent of shining light. Feel the wrath?
And also on 26th of February 2019, we've had Honor and Duty D-Day. The game just got their 1 year anniversary. What's happening is, I already said, they're gonna add this PlayStation 4 Pro patch, but also they adding new map, they releasing it on PC as well, and that's gonna be cross-platform multiplayer, so player base should be bigger. Very nice budget game. After the multiplayer release, they released Battle Royale mode for free for everyone to try, and also paid DLC for single player. Very nicely supported game, so I'm looking forward to try it with this PS4 Pro patch. At the moment, the developers working already on another game in Honor and Duty series, which is Honor and Duty Steampunk, but before that they will release RCN Playing Challenge, but Honor and Duty D-Day is quite fun for the price. And on 27th of February 2019, we've had Kingdom Hearts VR experience. This is for free as well. What's happening is you got different like experiences to choose. You can be on the island, you can be somewhere on top of the building. It's basically characters talking to each other, you enjoying the conversation, and then you see all the animations from the, like, I'm supposing, biggest moments from Kingdom Hearts proper series like Flat. Now, like I said, free stuff, you might as well download it. If you are a fan of Kingdom Hearts and didn't have chance to try it yet, just try it. You're gonna see your favorite characters in VR. But anyway, that was all the Gamiversaries, and now let's move on to Power Rankings. And this week, it's all you. It's top 10 PlayStation VR games as voted by this channel's community. At number 10, we've got Beat Saber, one of the most popular VR games. Quite surprisingly, only 10th place, but nevertheless, it's make top 10. Of course, PC players got it better because they can use mods. On PSVR, we've got no mods, and to everyone's sadness, lately Facebook and Oculus, they announced that they bought Beat Studios, so probably next Beat Saber game will never make it to PlayStation VR, so enjoy it while you can. I'm hearing rumors that there will be some rock and metal songs added eventually, so that's nice as well, because there was too much of this EDM stuff. But anyway, at number 9 we've got Skyrim, another very big PlayStation VR game. So this is of course port from the Skyrim which released on PS3 and Xbox 360. They porting it to everything Skyrim in it, but anyway, you know, a big game, and it was I think it was first open world game for PlayStation VR, so Bethesda did great. Of course the controls, they still feel like there is some like flat controls implemented in it, but you can play with moves, and they actually standardized this move system for smooth locomotions, so hats off to them. At number 8 we've got Arizona Sunshine from Vertigo Games. On the first week of the release of this game, the state of it wasn't so great. Many drifting issues, many bugs. Of course, since then everything got fixed and now it's a pretty sweet game. Also, they've had quite few DLCs, so the game is much bigger than its first release, but definitely very nice release, especially if you like to play some co-op games with your friend. Okay, at number 7 we've got Super Hot VR. If you ever wanted to feel like Neo from Matrix, then this game is definitely for you. Super fun game from my Polish brothers at Super Hot Studios. Hopefully they will make some more VR games for Super Hot, because this one is just not enough and we need more. At number 6 we've got the game that I've put in my top 10 at number 1, which is Resident Evil 7. Now this is very big game for PlayStation VR, because it's this generation's game with virtual reality mode. You have to play with DualShock, but nevertheless very scary. Many people shitting their pants many times they playing it, and to me still one of the biggest PlayStation VR games. Okay, and at number 5, the biggest surprise of this list, I was surprised that Killing Floor inclusion made it, and it's made it so high in this list, and I think rightfully so, because it's super fun game, especially when you play with friends in co-op. Sadly it's also super short, like 2.5 hours, but definitely production values, the quality of this game is super decent, and I highly recommend for anyone to try this game. At number 4 is Firewall 0 Hour. Some people just play Firewall 0 Hour and nothing else, because this game, when it comes to online shooters, it's probably the best of them all, not only on PlayStation VR but also on PC VR. Such a high quality game, so glad we've got it. Utilizes aim controller perfectly, but of course if you don't have aim you can use DualShock. Okay, at number 3, Astrobot Rescue Mission. Now this game released and everyone loved it immediately. Still one of the best rated PlayStation exclusive game, not only PS4 but also PSVR, and it's rightfully so, because this game is great. To go through all the story it takes about 5 hours, but then after that you've got those challenges as well. Okay, at number 2 we've got Blood and Truth. What a game that is, coming from PlayStation London. Of course they released PSVR Awards, they look at it, they said, okay, people seem to enjoy the most London heist, let's make full game out of it. So that's what they've done. About 6 hours story mode, AAA quality production values, but also they updated it a lot after the release, adding challenges. You've got those music and challenges, you've got aim controller as well, so very nice release for PlayStation VR. But anyway, at number 1 we've got Farpoint. Now this didn't made it to my top 10 list game at all, but it's needed. It's been like that at number 11, but when I look what viewers of this channel voted the most, this is Farpoint, and rightfully so. The game is great. First game to utilize aim controller and build around aim controller features as well. Very good release. Can get difficult at times, but also very fun. After the release the game had few updates, they added player versus player as well, so very nice list. Nice one, community, you've done well, congratulations. But also I would like to point out, looking at this list, half of it, 5 games, are PlayStation VR exclusives and you cannot get them anywhere else, and it just shows how nicely Sony supported PSVR through this generation. I don't know if they're planning to release anything else apart from Iron Man, probably not, but fear nothing, because when PlayStation 5 drops we're gonna see something. Okay, anyway, shout out to the village MPs / the producers of these videos on this channel. This is my patrons from higher highest tier of the patrons. Now, if you want, you can support the channel, go to patreon.com/PolishPolVR. You can start from the $1 and that would greatly help me. And of course, I hope you enjoy the video. Now, listen, next week there won't be Super Showcase, sadly, because I'm going away on Thursday, flying away, landing on Sunday, so I'm not gonna have time to do anything. I'm gonna pre-record some videos, but because this is like got all the news and next week releases, sadly I'll be out in Tenerife while this is being like supposed to come out. Hopefully I come back on time if I didn't catch coronavirus. It's going on down there somewhere, but fuck it. Hopefully everything gonna go well, but straight after that, when I come back, Showcase Super Show will return. Okay, if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like because it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And that's it, bye.